So good evening everyone. Welcome to the Takkar. This is basically the DTRS session and all of you can see that it is class 112 and basically today we have selected the lead topic as the phenomena of Aurora. All of you would have studied this in your geography classes or in your as a part of your geography preparation. So we will understand and we will see that what is this phenomena and how it is relevant for your examination. Now, before proceeding, we daily start our class with a famous quote. So today we have selected one of the quote given by William Shakespeare, that is, there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. So basically it is saying that any idea or anything which happens in your life, it is value neutral or it is neutral in nature, subject to or in the context of that how you take it, whether you take it in a positive way or whether you take it in a negative way. So you can take any example from your life. For example, you are in the phase of UPSC preparation. Many times you feel, or while you are writing down your answer, you would have prepared very much well and you would have thought that whatever the answer I would have written, that would have been very good. But then the evaluator gives you a certain kind of remark. Now how do you take this remark? The one method is that you start saying that, I am the perfect one, I have written a perfect answer, I don't need anyone's advice. The evaluator doesn't know. And a second person is that one who takes this in a positive manner. He is trying to see that what is the gap, what the evaluator has written the comment, whether it is lacking or not, and then he tries to improve it. So that is the thing. But thinking makes it so. Nothing is either good or bad. So many times you would have seen an example that if you have been given an glass which is half filled. So either you tell it is half empty or sometimes you tell it is half full. So depends upon your spirit that in what angle and in what perspective you look and think. So keep this thought in your mind, apply it in your life, and basically the gist idea is that you should always be positive oriented in your life. Okay. Now let us move to the question. So these are the list of the 10 topics we have selected today, starting from Aurora and going up to the project Dolphin. Okay. So first question, with reference to auroras, consider the following statement. They occur due to the interaction of ionized particle. They occur due to interaction of ionized particle with the Earth's magnetic field. They can only be seen in the polar regions. Visibility of auroras decreases with the increase in the intensity of the solar activities. Okay, so this is the question. So as far as the first thing is concerned, they occur due to the interaction of ionized particle with the Earth's magnetic field. No, this statement is wrong. Primarily the aurora, behind the occurrence of the aurora, sun is responsible. And then due to the solar activity or the solar plasma, when it interacts with the gases which are present in the atmosphere, that leads to this phenomena of auroras. The solar activity or the solar gas or the solar actions which are there, that lead to this phenomena of the auroras. It is not the Earth's magnetic field. Here the statement is saying that it occurs due to the Earth's magnetic field. No, when the sun's plasma, when they interact with the gases which are there in the atmosphere, primarily in the ionosphere, then a phenomena of natural lighting takes place and that is known as the phenomena of auroras. Okay, so first statement is incorrect. Okay, so Vijay Lal, you have said Aurora australis and Aurora, yes, borealis, we will study about this also. They can be seen in polar regions. So whether this statement is correct or incorrect. Now, in general, we find that this aurora, this phenomena is limited to the polar region. In the northern hemisphere, it is known as the Aurora borealis, and in the southern hemisphere, it is known as the Aurora australis. But sometimes, when that plasma ejection is very much intense in nature, then that phenomena which is restricted only to towards the polar region, or which is seen in the polar region, can be seen even in the tropical regions also. Not every day, not every time it happens. Only when that intensification of that coronal mass ejection is very much severe, only then it will happen. Okay, so it depends upon the intensity of that. So how much or up to what level it will be visible. So they can only be seen in the polar region. No, this statement is incorrect. Visibility of auroras decreases with the increase in the intensity of solar activities. So that is why, so no, it is saying that there is an inverse relation. The visibility of the auroras decreases with the increase in the intensity. So it is saying that there is an inverse relation. No, there is a direct relation between visibility and this intensity. The more will be the intensity, the more will be the visibility. Okay. So here what do we find? Even this statement is incorrect. So none of the statement here are correct. Okay. So you have to see this. Now what is the context? Let us see that. So Ladakh observatories spot red aurora. Okay. So recently it has been seen. So you can see that this phenomena which is generally seen in the polar region is now visible even in the tropical regions also. And what is the reason behind that? Intense solar activity leads to that. Okay. Now, second question. The production gap report. The production gap report recently seen in the news is published by which one of the published by? So you have a list. Can anyone tell me what is the correct answer for this? The production gap report, it is released by. So basically the answer for this is the United Nations Environment Program and the Stockholm Environment Institute. Its recent report has been recently published. Yes, Vijay, you are right that it is UNEP and the Stockholm Environment Institute. Now what is basically this production gap report? Basically the Paris Agreement of 2015, which said that to limit the production or to limit the emission of the global house gas up to the 1.5 degrees Celsius by 2030. And then certain commitments were made by many nations, like the developed nation, the developing nation. This report basically tries to see that whether what kind of gap is there between this target and the target made by countries. So it identifies the gap, that whether that amount of particular fossil fuel reduction what every country has said to reduce, whether it is being done or not. So that is the work of the production gap report. First of all, it was published in the year 2019. That all of you need to keep in mind. Okay. So here the correct answer is option A. Now let us move to next question. Production gap report, you can see. Now, country in news. So consider the following countries: Kenya, Uganda, Mozambique, Zambia and Rwanda. How many of the above countries border Tanzania? So if you see the map of Tanzania, you will find all of these countries are bordering the Tanzania. Let us see it. By seeing the map, it will be clear. Okay. So why it was in news? IIT Madras first international campus inaugurated in Zanzibar, which is located in Tanzania. This is the context. It was seen in the news. So here is the map of that. It is very much important to remember. So you can see Zambia is there, Mozambique is there, Rwanda is there, Uganda is there. So all these countries are there. Apart from this, you can also see that here the equator goes and it is below to the equator. So my suggestion is that you study this map very carefully. When you download the PDF, you study the carefully, see the important mountains. Like here there is Lake Victoria is there, Mount Kilimanjaro is there. So study all those important national parks. Here the equator is there. So you can find out that what are the countries through which the equator passes. Which countries are towards the north and which countries are towards the south in that particular region. These are the various dimensions in which you should prepare these things. Okay. Yes. Okay. So prepare this in that way. Now, another question. Consider the following pair. Aditya L1 payloads and the objective. So basically all of you know that Aditya L1, what is this mission? Basically to study the sun. A mission Aditya, which is sent by India to study the sun. Now payloads and its objective. Payload is basically, here it means what? Yes, you are right. So payload basically means the instrument which has been fitted on this mission, on this Aditya L1, and for what purpose they have been installed. This is the meaning of this. So we have first pair is high energy spectrometer, which is used for hard X-ray spectrometer. Then we have Aditya solar wind particle experiment, which is for solar wind particle analyzer. And the third is the vehicle emission line coronagraph, which is used for the photosphere and the chromosphere imaging. So you have to identify the correct pair. Can you tell me what is the correct answer for this? Yes, anyone? So basically, if we find these two pairs are correctly matched, okay, this photosphere and chromosphere imaging is not done by this VLAC. Basically it is done by suit. What is this suit? Basically it is solar ultraviolet imaging telescope. Solar ultraviolet imaging telescope is responsible for this photosphere and the chromosphere imaging. Okay. Only two. So yes, here the correct answer is option A. Sorry, not option A, option B is the correct answer here. So you need to remember this. You can just type Aditya L1 and you will find that the website is there. Nearly all major informations are there in the website also. You can read from that part also. In the description, the answer explanation file, you will also information related to that. Okay. So here you need to identify, you need to understand that what is the purpose of this mission and the payloads which are there. Up to what time this experiment will be done. All this information you need to prepare. So why it was in news? The reason behind is Aditya L1 captures first glimpse of solar flares. Okay, remember this. So you can see that we have given you all the information. All of you can study about that. Now fifth question. With reference to Frontier AI. Frontier AI, consider the following statement. It is helpful in detecting anomalies in medical images. It can be used to develop self-driving cars and improve public transportation system. They have the potential to make judgment about right and wrong. They have artificial intelligence, and in that we have the Frontier AI. Now very much important topic for your GS3 paper. Very much important. Obviously the UPSC is all three are correct. So if we find out the answer, see right now only two options are correct. Right now the AI or the Frontier AI, they don't have the capacity to deliver judgments. Right now it is not there. Okay. So here only two statements are correct. They don't have the potential because that moral part, that ethical part is lacking in the AI. Okay. Now you need to understand that what is Frontier AI and what is AI. Can every AI be told as a Frontier AI? or what is the difference between that? Can anyone tell me what is this AI or this frontier AI? Anyone having any idea? It's narrow AI which is specific. See, rather when we are developing any artificial intelligence, any company which is developing that artificial intelligence, two phases are generally there. One is the pre-phase or pre-training, you can say, and then there is the phase of fine-tuning. Fine-tuning. Okay, fine-tuning is there. Now, in general, which is not related to this frontier AI, that AI will only understand whatever the data that has been fed upon that. So whatever information that has been prior given, it will work only upon that. Nothing new addition can be done. And if it can be done, then it will be, it will be done by there will be a replacement of software or there will be an updation. The AI will not learn itself. While in the frontier AI, what you will find that it will have a pre-training phase also, and then there will be a phase of fine-tuning. So basically this AI will try to learn itself. So whatever in the initial stages, the difficulties, the incorrect decisions which has been taken, it will try to learn from that. And from that learning, it will now give at a later point of time automatic suggestions. Like for example, if you are writing any spelling and if you are writing it wrong, then it will automatically suggest you that what is the right answer, or what is the right spelling, or what is the next word which can be used. So that is basically this frontier AI. Okay, so you need to prepare this for your PT part also, but most important, it is the frontier AI, Chat GPT generative. If we ask any moral question, then it replies, and if you are looking at frontier, it should be capable of making judgment. See, it is not possible till now. Till now, it is not possible for the frontier AI to give judgments for that. Because how that intelligence will come? For, you can give, for example, that in which case you are saying, if we are saying this, then we are saying that every cases are of same nature. And for every similar kind of case, similar things will be implied. But there are certain variations are there, human intelligence is needed. Each and every case will vary from itself. So right now in the judgment process, this artificial intelligence or this frontier AI is not used. And this is the reason why this thing was in news. So what are the potential risks? Why this frontier AI is in news? You will see, let me show you. That basically this conference has been done, Frontier AI Tech, okay, to limit the risk presented by the technology in the coming years. Now, if you had feed up a particular data, for example, let me give you a case. Generally, what happens that when the red light is there, you need to stop. Okay, and lots of vehicles are there. Someone is driving a car, someone is driving a bike, anything. This data has been fed that if any vehicle is crossing the red light, it will be automatic challan will be given. Okay, this is the case of AI. No human interference is there. This data is fed. Now the second thing is there. Exceptions has been provided that, for example, if it's an ambulance, the artificial intelligence, the data has been fed that if it's an ambulance and if it is violating the red light, when the red light is still it is crossing, challan will not be given. This is the one case. Now suppose a case is there that you are in the night, or I am in the night, or there is some kind of situation is there in my family, a medical emergency is there in my family, and I have to take someone of my family by breaking that light. Even I am crossing the speed limit, I am jumping the red light. So whether now that case is being, the artificial intelligence based upon that has issued me a challan. Now I contest that case, that basically at that point of time it was not a deliberate act, but it was an act to save a life. What basically that ambulance does, why that legitimacy, or why that, that scope has been given that you can, even if the red light is there, then ambulance can cross it, because it is a case of life and death. And at that point of time, if I am doing that, I am also doing the same thing. The only difference is that I don't have that ambulance symbol, but I am also performing that same duty. So this kind of intelligence will not be there in the artificial intelligence. It will be for a human or for a person to understand. So that is why that judgment related kind of thing, still it is not found, it is in the artificial intelligence. Where there is a monotonous work is there. Like for example, if you are in a banking sector, you have to call something that your card has not been delivered, you want to change the PIN. Okay, so these are the areas, not every areas, especially this judgment decision, right now it has not been imposed. What happens in the future, that is a matter of debate and discussion. But till now, present time, we don't find the use of the artificial intelligence in the judgment making process. That is why the third statement is incorrect. And sometimes, how many situations you will be able to feed up? How many situations you will teach to the AI? Because you have to give the judgment and then you focus upon giving, teaching that AI. So are you doing the justice or are you teaching someone? So there will be a dilemma, there will be a crisis. How it can be done? Okay, so we need to think about this. So here the third statement is not correct. The first two statements are there because if we see this, these two are not, which doesn't determines your use of any moral sense or your ethical sense. But this making judgment, it involves your moral and your ethical sense also. Here there is not requirement of that. Okay, remember this. So here only option B is the correct answer. Now let us move to the next question. Recently seen in the news, the term in-core refers to? The term in-core refers to. What is the correct answer for this? Yes, Vijayalal, you are right. It cannot give opinion or a moral judgment. Yes. Now what is the correct answer for this? In-core, what does it refers to? In-core. So anyone? Air traffic? No. It is an election management system. In-house, the Election Commission of India has developed an software-based technology in which this entire election process can be managed. Okay, from filing nomination to counting the votes, to counting the result, registering the candidate, every kind of information or every process which is involved in the electoral process, that can be a one-stop solution or a one-stop. This can be done. And what is the full form of this in-core? You can all of write down. Enabling communication on real-time environment. Enabling information or enabling communication on real-time environment. Enabling communication on real-time environment. This is the full form of this in-core, and it is basically for the election management system. Okay, remember that. Not C, it is the correct answer is option B. Okay. Now, ECI designed in-house software for complete candidate and election management through in-core. This is the context in which it has been framed. Now, pollution. This is the thing, but right now, the Delhi is blessed that it has received the rain and everything is under control. Now, pollutants, so it is the time of Diwali, so you have lots of crackers and that crackers will bring lots of pollution, and that pollution gives the chance to the UPSC to ask a question. Okay, so pollutants in the cracker and then effects on health. So lead it causes respiratory tract irritation. Copper leads to skin issues, cadmium leads to anemia, and magnesium leads to metal fume fever. So we have to identify the correct option. So can you tell me that what is the correct? How many pairs are correctly matched here? Any idea? No? Okay. So lead basically causes nerve problem in the nervous system. Lead is basically responsible for causing problem in the nervous system. So this match is incorrect. Copper basically causes respiratory tract irritation. So even this is also incorrect. Yes, cadmium causes anemia, and along with this it causes problem in the kidney also. Anemia, this cadmium in the cracker causes problem, leads to anemia, and causes problem in the kidney also, and this magnesium leads to metal fume fever. So what do we find here? Only two options are correctly matched. Okay, remember this. Okay, again it is a judgment, the context is there, all of you can understand this, read it, you will find out. Now, with reference to the innovation for defense excellence, IDEX initiative, consider the following statement. It was launched during the Quad Summit of 2022. Yesterday we had talked about it. It is funded and managed by a defense platform known as Innovate India. Indus X Investor Meet 2023 was organized by IDEX. So can you say what is the correct answer or what are the correct statement? So if we talk about the first statement, it was launched during the Quad Summit of 2022. No, this IDEX initiative was launched at the Defense Expo in 2018. Okay, it was launched in the year 2018. Remember that. Okay, it is funded and managed by a defense platform known as Innovate India. No, it is basically done by the DIO, Defense Innovative Organization, under the Ministry of Defense. It is funded and managed by a defense platform known as Innovate India. No, it is not the Innovate India, but it is the Defense Innovative Organization, which is a not for profit company under the Ministry of Defense. Okay, remember that. So this statement is incorrect. This statement is incorrect. Indus X Investors Meet 2023 was organized by IDEX. This was the context in which this news is there. Okay, so what is this basically? Indus X Investors Meet. So basically a partnership between India and US in the defense and the strategic sector to enhance further the participation or the business which is being done or their cooperation in the partnership and in the defense strategic part. So this statement is correct. So here what we find, only statement 3 is the correct and rest 2 are incorrect. So answer will be option A. Indus X, India and US. This is the way how bifurcation is done. Remember this. Okay. So correct answer option A only. First Indus X Investors Meet held in Delhi ahead of 2+2 Indo-US Ministerial Dialogue. Okay. This is the context. Basically it is Chirag, it is basically for the strategic and defense partnership. You have to be very much specific, not entirely for the academic purpose, but the main focus should be for your strategic and the defense partnership. Okay, between India and US. Okay. Now, recently seen in the news, Krishi 24/7 is related to which of the following? Can you give the answer for this? Recently seen in the news, Krishi 24/7 is related to which one of the following? A certification system for organic producers round the clock, disbursal of loan for agricultural purposes within 24 hours, a national framework on farming agreement, automated agricultural news. Automated agri news, yes Chirag, you are right. Basically an AI based software it is, okay, which gives the agricultural news like the weather forecast, what is the right time to sow the seed, everything related to agricultural news. So it is the correct answer, okay. So D. Krishi 24/7, the first ever AI powered solution for automated agricultural news monitoring and analysis, okay. Now question number 10. In the context of the project Dolphin, consider the following statement. This project has been developed by the Wildlife Institute of India for the protection of Ganges River dolphin. Dolphins are categorized as critically endangered in the IUCN Red List and under Appendix 1 of CITES. The Gulf of Mannar Biosphere Reserve is one of the important habitats of the dolphin. So what is the correct answer for this? Can anyone tell? Yes? So no, let us, this project has been developed by the Wildlife Institute of India. No, recently it was in news. Basically the Tamil Nadu government has taken this initiative, and the one of the under this, this initiative has been taken by Tamil Nadu under the one of the initiative which has been taken by the Ministry of Environment, and the name of that project is the, write it down, you can write down, integrated development of wildlife habitat program. Integrated development of wildlife habitat program, which is of the Ministry of Environment Forest, okay. So under that this project Dolphin has been launched by the Tamil Nadu government. So this statement is incorrect. It is not by the Wildlife Institute of India, okay. Dolphins are categorized as critically endangered in the IUCN Red List, and no, they are not categorized as critically endangered. They are only categorized as endangered. Remember that. Dolphins are categorized only as endangered. Remember this. So this statement is also incorrect. The Gulf of Mannar Biosphere Reserve is one of the important habitats of the dolphins. Yes, and that is why this decision or this initiative has been taken by the Tamil Nadu government, okay. So here what do we find? Only statement 1 is, or statement 3 is correct, and only one statement is correct, okay. So prepare this, revise this, go through. Tamil Nadu government implement project Dolphin to strengthen marine ecology, okay. So that's all for today, okay. Again we will meet tomorrow for the same class and for the same time, okay. Anyone having any other question, any issue, any question related to that? Also keep that in mind that the project Dolphin is by the Tamil Nadu government, but for the Ganges River dolphin a project was launched. It was launched by the Wildlife Institute of India. Remember that. So this Wildlife Institute of India, it has also launched a project, but that project was launched for the Ganges dolphin, and this project Dolphin, it is launched by the Tamil Nadu government. So don't get confused. Only if dolphin is there, just don't go by any kind of tukka. You have to remember that particular context, okay. Be sure and be clear about anything. It's under Schedule 1 of the Wildlife. Yes, dolphins are under the Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act, right? Okay. So let us end the session, and again we will meet tomorrow, and day after that no classes will be there on the Sunday. Enjoy your Diwali, okay. No classes tomorrow. Okay, so they have recently given a message. Okay, okay. Yes, so clear it. So let's meet that whenever the, okay, yes.